Don't you love it when you record for 25 minutes and then you find out that your microphone settings weren't correct, so you end up having a bunch of cut off words? I do. Hey everybody, welcome to the Cryptic crew where we curate everything creepy, curious, and cryptic. My name is Clay. I am the curator of the creepy, cryptic, curious, and cryptic, and fucking God, there's a lot of C's and R's in that shit. Today, I am going to be telling you guys the story of Alan Hruby, possibly the most petty murderer I have ever seen in my entire life. I don't want to get too hyped up about this story because I really just think this dude is such a massive piece of shit. But we're going to lay it out there. You guys are going to find out the tale of the Hruby family murder. John and Catherine Hruby are a well-to-do couple. They work for a review in their hometown of Duncan, Oklahoma. They make plenty of money to support them and their two children, Catherine Jr. and Alan. Catherine is a 17-year-old high school student, and Alan is a 19-year-old University of Oklahoma student. They were known by neighbors as a very nice family. They would give you the shirt off their back, they would help you jumpstart your car, they would watch your dogs, they would do whatever you needed them to do. Everybody in the family was regarded as a very good person for the most part, except Alan. Alan is known as a kid who really appreciates showing status. He is seen constantly wearing a Rolex watch. He wears Louis Vuitton shoes. He wears the most expensive things that he can possibly get his hands on, and he's even seen on social media mocking people who can't afford the finer things in life and maybe have to eat ramen noodles and stuff like that. Now, if you're interested, Alan Hruby, if you Google his name, his Twitter account is still active, and you can actually see where he posts about shout out to this girl for having the original iPhone. How can people willingly eat ramen? Things of that nature. He views money as a huge status symbol thing. Now, around 9 a.m. on October 13th, 2014, the Duncan Police Department receives a very distraught phone call from the Hruby's housekeeper. She has come to work only to discover that 3 members of the family have been shot to death in their home. This incident would leave locals terrified, thinking that it had been a robbery gone wrong. This could possibly be the work of a serial killer, but the truth would soon come to light, and it wasn't what most people expected. Just hours after the discovery of the family, Alan Hruby was arrested on unrelated charges due to concealing stolen evidence in one of the court cases that he was fighting. You see, Alan's money problem was very, very serious. He had not only stolen his grandmother's credit card, but he had taken that credit card and gone to Europe and spent over $5,000. It would also come to light very soon in the case that Alan owed about $3,000 to a loan shark, and he had forged about $17,500 in faulty checks. Now, the police arrested him, and when they did, they informed him that he was the sole suspect in the murder of his family. Alan would immediately begin screaming, crying, wailing, and basically just losing his shit in the police station. Once investigators got him calmed down and were able to interview him, he would admit to the murder of his family. It was discovered that because Alan owed this money to this loan shark, and because he owed all this money and bad checks and still owed court fines for stealing his grandmother's credit card, he basically had killed his family with the hopes of inheriting their estate. Now, this case was super open and shut. It was found that the gun he had used had his DNA on it. The gloves he wore when he committed the murders also had his DNA in them, and they had discovered all of this. So it was a completely airtight case. Now, police were just wondering what happened. Alan would detail the story as this. On the night of October 8th, 2014, Alan would steal his father's gun. He would then proceed to the kitchen where his mother, Catherine Sr., was, and she would turn around to greet him, and he would shoot her once in the head. Now, Catherine Sr. falls to the ground, but is still showing signs of life, so Alan proceeds to shoot her again. This alerts Catherine Jr., who is in the driveway washing her car. She comes running into the kitchen where Alan fires one shot, hitting her in the head, killing her instantly. He would wait over an hour for his father to come home, and as soon as he came in the door, he would shoot his father once in the head. His father would proclaim, "Ouch," which is incredibly impressive that he was able to process being shot in the head like that, but he would fall to the ground. Alan would see that he still had showed signs of life, and he would shoot him once more. Now, Alan, being the fucking genius that he is, He takes the video footage from his home's security system, his parents' home security system. He takes it so that it cannot be used as evidence. He then gets into the Jeep that his father bought him as a present, and he goes to a party at a Ritz-Carlton. Now, if any of you guys spend a lot of time on Reddit, on the crazy but true type places, this picture is actually the picture that Alan would upload the night of his family's murder while he was at the Ritz-Carlton with friends partying. Now, obviously, it would be a few short days before Alan was arrested, but his Twitter account showed activity up until the 9th, so he at least posted until then. He had no problems posting on social media after he murdered his family. Alan would plead guilty to all 3 counts of first-degree murder, but he would not be given the death penalty, which is what the prosecution was going for as his sentence. See, Alan's family actually did not want him to be killed by the state, so they requested that he be given life sentences. Alan would receive 3 consecutive life sentences with the stipulation that he would never have the possibility of parole, never be able to talk to his family, and would never be able to talk to the media. The last 2 stipulations were to ensure that Alan would never be able to profit off of his story by writing a book, making a movie, or anything of the such. Basically, he did what he did, and he can never make money off of it again, which thankfully that got put into the prosecution's deal at the end of the trial. So I hope you guys enjoyed this story. This is a very, the most villainous, petty reason I've ever seen for a murder of a family. This guy is a massive piece of shit. I got so mad reading the stories on what he had committed. But I hope you guys enjoyed listening to it. If you did, please hit the subscribe button. There's going to be a link for my Discord down in the description. There's also a link for my Instagram, and don't worry about my Twitter. Fuck Twitter. I also make videos on TikTok on 2 different pages, and I've got a gaming channel if you guys are interested in going and checking that one out. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for the support, and yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. Later, guys.